If you're thinking about joining the military, this is your sign to not join. Go to my page for other story time. Disclaimer, this is not for someone to put in the comments and say, oh, well, I had a good experience. We don't give a fuck. Keep scrolling past. If your time went fine, kudos to you. Scroll by. This video is not for you. This is to save my kind from going into a white man's army. Spread awareness. So when it comes down to schooling, a lot of people like to say, oh, the militaries pay for your school. No, they don't. Let me tell y'all the story time on how my schooling got denied. And it's the most pettiest shit ever. That's how I knew that they was full of shit. And they never have your best intention from the jump. I knew that I was going to join the military and switch over to go to school to become an officer. That was my plan. An officer in the military, not like a police officer. So on my very first day, being in the military, so not in basic training, but once you make it through out of training and you get to your actual duty station where you will start your official job. On my very first day, we were not allowed to leave to go to lunch, and I was confused because it's illegal to work in the United States, 1, without pay, and 2, without a lunch break if you work more than 4 hours. Because some states try to say, oh, if you work 6 hours, you don't need a lunch break. So the whole United States just upgraded the shit. So we did not get a lunch break. So I asked one of my coworkers, like, yo, what time we getting off? It's my first day. It's getting late. It's going past 5 p.m. Everybody else goes to meet at the battalion. So technically, you're supposed to get off of work between 5 and 6 and meet up at the end of the day. Nobody is supposed to work past 6 p.m. in the military. Nobody. So it's going past 6 p.m. It's getting dark. I go to ask my chief, which is an officer. He's white. I go ask him, what time are we getting off? He tells me to go ask my sergeant. My sergeant was not around. Now, fast forward to when I go to apply for college. You have to go and get your chief's permission to go to school. So your chief has to sign off this paper stating, hey, this person can go to college. If not, you're going to be trying to take college classes online and you're not going to have no time, and that shit going to stress and wear you out. And if you want them to pay for it, that's the route you got to take. So my chief had denied my packet. I go to confront his ass because my sergeant gave me my packet a few weeks later. I'm like, why is my schooling denied? 1, I did not know y'all was able to deny that because my money for school is not coming out of his pockets. So I go to ask him, why did he deny my packet? He said, because you asked me what time you get off of work. So he was saying that he felt it disrespectful because he felt like as a soldier, I should have just went through it without the day. So I should not have questioned anything is what he felt like. So I supposed to have let you starve me, miss my lunch, and kidnap me and hold me on a job that regulation states you're supposed to have released me from, and I'm not getting extra pay. There's no such thing as overtime pay in the military. And it's not hourly, so you don't get paid by the hour. It's one set pay. So I was not able to go to college while I was in the military, all because I asked, what time do we get off of work? It's not that easy when people say, oh, well, they pay for your school and they give you free travel. When you're traveling with the military, you're literally on base all the time. You're not able to go see none of that shit that you're at. I was in California. I literally went to California one time in my military career. I was there for 4 months. I didn't see shit but the desert the whole time. I can't tell you nothing about California except for that it was hot as fuck. Only thing I saw was a taco truck and weapons, military stuff, and trees. I didn't see nothing beautiful that's on TV. So when you traveling for free, you're not traveling no damn where. When they say they pay for schooling, no, they don't. They literally will deny you for schooling for petty shit. I just told you my story. And then there's some people who be like, you sound like a black woman who had a hard time in the military. Those be men who feel like the military is just for men and they're just mad that women can get in and do something better than them. Also, I'm not mad about anything and I don't have disciplinary issues. My military experience did not go bad because one person pissed me off. It went bad because we have a corrupt system. And we have bystanders and people whose third eye is not open and who are not optimistic and who are not wise enough to see why I tell my stories. People who bash the military are not people who had a bad experience or got in trouble and got kicked out, so they feel like fuck them all, That's not why people tell their stories. It doesn't matter if you commit a crime or do something bad or not. However, I was not doing anything bad, but regardless, it doesn't take away from the fact that what happened, and they're wicked, and it's true. So let's get on to my contract. In my contract, they stated that they would pay for my schooling, so they lied about that. But if I break my contract, I could get thrown in prison. So they broke my contract with that. They also had me get my braces off. My recruiter reached out to me the day before basic training and told me that he forgot to tell me that we cannot go into basic training with braces on. But because I had them on before the military, they would pay for them to get put back on. When it came down to after basic training, they told me, oh, wait till you get to AIT. That's where you go after basic training. Then you get to AIT, they said, well, wait till you get to your duty station. That's where you go, where you start your official job, where you can officially say, I'm a soldier in the military. So once I get there, I do an exam and they say, well, we don't think your teeth look bad and you don't need braces. No. That's not what the fuck you said. You had me get my shit off when I had been paying out of pocket. I never finished my treatment and you told me that you would get my shit back on. You didn't say at your personal discretion. Anything that requires them money, of course they're not going to think you need it. I do know I have beautiful teeth, as I still do and I always have, but I have an overbite and the rubber bands on your braces, it what fixes your overbite. So that is what I wanted and they did not pay for it. Also, when people say you get free housing, you have to go through paperwork, you have to go through years. It's not an easy process to get approved. When people try to make it seem like that they so good with their military life, these people are lying. A lot of times they are bribed. A lot of times they are the ones who got an image to uphold, especially if they put in a lot of years. They left off from their family and friends, made it look like they was popping shit. It's not really nothing to show for once you get out the military. Okay, you're a veteran, you get a free meals here and there, you get a few discount, $10, $5 off, whoop-de-doo. Very grateful, but it still is. Basically, I tell my stories to spread awareness and let you know that it's not worth what you put in and what you get out.